Take me off of take me off of the loop. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Welcome to everyone. Turn to someone around you, behind you. Welcome them into this space this evening.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. And for those of you to join our communities together, turn to that camera up there, the one that will be blinking red in a moment, to say Shabbat Shalom to everyone at home. Shabbat Shalom to our online community that's with us. The rabbis tell a lot when we get to the fifth night of Hanukkah. We're in the sixth night of Hanukkah. We're beginning this evening. But they say when we hit the fifth night of Hanukkah, something shifts. Because we're about to enter into a time where we have more brightness than less. And so this moment where we go into night 5, 6, 7, and 8 brings us further increase of light. There are two understandings. The first being that when we started the festival of Hanukkah, that we were supposed to diminish the light. Another school of thought was we were supposed to increase the light. Rabbi Bernstein talked about it 2 weeks ago, I believe. Or last week, maybe.
Maybe.
And they blend into one to the other, I don't remember. But she talked about it so beautifully, and the idea is that the winners of that was that we were supposed to increase the light. So Beit Hillel, the house of Hillel, said we need to increase that light in order to propel more light into the world. And there's no question that this time of year, in the darkest moments of our solar cycle, that we are also in a time where we're focused on bringing more light into the world and more light into our homes. And so for all of us, this is the moments when even the darkness that surrounds us, when it feels so heavy and weighty, that the lights of Hanukkah bring us that metaphor, bring us that inspiration, that hope. And coupled with the lights that we see around us for Christmas. Those lights are beautiful. Those lights inspire. And I think for all of us, we can find appreciation and hope and wonder and awe in what it means to bring more light into this world. So I hope that as you continue night 6 with us, 7 and 8 into Christmas, that night we will have the opportunity to really reflect on how you bring your light into this world. And that is the most important. And so, speaking of light, I'd like to call upon Tammy and Louis Venner to kindle our Shabbat lights. Those who may be new to our synagogue may not know Tammy and Louis, who are major, it's hard to say that you don't know Tammy and Louis, but now you will. Major contributors to our synagogue community, to the greater Jewish community. And Tammy is our director of early childhood emerita. She was the head of our preschool for many, many years. And in fact, some of our alumni give us time on the bima, and they are sitting around in the congregation as part of her flock. And so we invite you both to bring more light as we kindle Shabbat lights this evening.
Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Asher kishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu Lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
As we begin welcoming Shabbat together this evening, page 18, I invite you to turn in your prayer books. Mizmor David. Let's join our voices together. Welcome Shabbat together.
La
Page 20, L'chadati likra kala, come my beloved, as we greet the Sabbath bride.
Standing and call each other to prayer, page 146.
Baruch hu et Adonai
Page 147, we pray responsively. Adonai, your majesty is proclaimed by the marvels of earth and sky. Sun, moon, and stars testify to your power and wisdom. Day follows day in its succession, and the years vanish, but your sovereignty endures. Though all things pass, let not your glory depart from us. Help us to become co-workers with you, and endow our fleeting days with abiding worth.
Baruch atah Adonai, Amari v'Ravim.
148 responsively. In each age, we receive and transmit Torah. At each moment, we are addressed by the world.
In each age, we are challenged by our ancient teaching. At each moment, we stand face to face with truth.
In each age, we add our wisdom to that which has gone before. At each moment, the knowing heart is filled with wonder.
In each age, the children of Torah become its builders and seek to set the world firm on a foundation of truth.
Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Invite Sophie Navarez to lead us in Ve'ahavta, page 150.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלבתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם להיות על ידך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם אלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Thinking about the miracles. A miracle in Hebrew is nes. And we have it on the abbreviations of it on the dreidel, nes gadol hayasham. And there are about 35 of our Beth Israel individuals, teens and adults, led by Rabbi Gimbel, that are there at this moment. Guess what? Their flights left on time, they arrived on time, they celebrated Shabbat together, and now I'm hoping, God willing, that they are sleeping and that they are getting rest for what will be an incredible adventure. But to know about miracles is to understand that in some ways, as I was thinking and watching the real-time flight, to say that in 15 hours you can be transported from the southern westernmost part of the United States to Tel Aviv, that we can live together and breathe together and be together in community, Jewishly, and even with the darkness that shrouds us at times with anti-Semitism and with Jew hatred, that even in these moments, we are thriving as community, as working towards justice. That to me is the expansiveness of Mi Chamocha. Mi Chamocha was, in essence, it was the narrowness that we were reminded, where we were confounded to avadim, to slavery, and yet we're trying to transcend. This is the moment, these are the moments that our souls, our voices, as we rise together, this is the Mi Chamocha moment for us. For them in Israel, by extension, for other Jews that are celebrating, whether in Bangkok or Tokyo or in La Jolla or in New York or in Argentina, that we come together, we dream together, we thrive together. And so we join together with the Mi Chamocha in the tune of Ma'ot Tzor as we join together, page 152.
ששת ימים עשה אדוני, עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש. שבת וינפש.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
We face Jerusalem, we connect with our children and our land.
Adonai Sfatai Tiftar, Adonai Sfatai Tiftar, Ufi Yagir Tehillah יהיו לרצון אמרי-פי, והגיון ליבי לפניך, אדוני צורי וגואלי. יהיו לרצון אמרי-פי, והגיון ליבי לפניך, אדוני צורי וגואלי. May the words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart be acceptable to you. Adonai, Adonai, my rock and my redeemer. May the words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart be acceptable to you. Adonai, Adonai, my rock and my redeemer, my rock and my redeemer.
We're taking a few moments in the midst of our service to reflect on those who are in need of Refuah Shleimah, recovery of mind, of body, of spirit. So many we know in our community who are in need of healing as I share their names, and then after their names are announced as I go around our congregation, I invite you to share the name of a loved one or loved ones, perhaps yourself, who is in need of healing, whether that be spiritual, emotional, or physical. As we think of Arizam Leib ben Shoshana Moshe, Aviva Rivka Bat Yonina, Julie Alper, Lauren Berman, David Chapin, Denise Garrick, Natalie Givon, Lee Goldberg, Sonia Grossberg, Ellen Hutt, Ruth Jordan, Richard Kitson, Rebecca Lahana, Roberta Lahana, Marshall J. Lewis, Nachama Bat Rafael, Jim McIndoe, Lisa Nelson, Sharon Resnick, Sharon Ritter, Galina Rubalchenko, Rosa Santiago, Jenny Schnitzer, Rhonda Schwartz, Nathan Silver, Howard Solomon, Bernard Stein, Robin Streichler, Seth Streichler, Lynn Slotkin, Cindy Spector, Gerald Trimble, Kathy Weil, John Weil, George Wise, and Susan Zale. As my eyes meet yours, I invite you to share the names that you're thinking of who are in your hearts at this time. Holding those names in our hearts, we join together for prayer Meisher Berach.
Berach Avoteinu Mekorecha bracha Leimotenu. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Sheberach Imotenu Mekor habracha Le'avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with Refuah Shleimah, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say,
Shabbat Shalom v'Chagurim Someach. In the Jewish calendar, all of our days and nights are connected with sound. Different scales and melodies for night and day, different melodies that announce the week and days and weeknights and Erev Shabbat and Shabbat day. All of our holidays have their own sounds, as do the books of the Torah, the prophets, and the Megillot that we read. And different Jewish communities have their own sounds, as we do predominantly Ashkenazic melodies here, and we add in Sephardic melodies that we borrow, as well as modern tunes of modern composers inspired by our liturgy. Chanukah is no different. And so tonight, to add to the celebration, we want to share with you one liturgically inspired Chanukah piece, Al Hanisim, by an Israeli composer, Dov Frimer, from 1975, and two songs, a little older, one originally written in Yiddish from the Ashkenazi tradition, Chanukah Oy Chanukah, and one from the Sephardi tradition, Ocho Candelitas. For us as modern Reform congregation, we are lucky to bring to our community and share the musical traditions of our people worldwide. And if you know them, and they're up there, join us. Yiddish.
Chanukah, Chanukah, mikdashenu, a freiliche Nidon, Chazeiner, alle Nachen drehen, spielen mir, so dicke hat gesessen, Aschir, Kinder, 10 Kinder, die halbe geliebte Lekon, so Hanisim begal, Hanisim getan, gibt dir den Hoy, sing al Hanisim und Tov, Hanisim, hat al den Hoy. B'nei Chanukah, Chanukah, mikdashen, b'gvir ובשמחה ממלאים את ליבנו, לילה ויום סביבנו ייסור, סופגניות נהר נרות, הריעו, הדליקו, נרות חנוכה רבים, על הניסים ועל הנפלאות, אשר הללו המכבים, על הניסים ועל הנפלאות, אשר הללו המכבים. O Chanukah, come light the menorah, let's have a party, we'll all dance the hora, gather round the table, we'll give you a treat, Sivy, won't you play with a lot just to eat, and while we are playing, the candles to remind us of days long ago. Chanukah linda staki, ocho candelas para mí. Hanukkah linda staki, ocho candelas para mí. Oh, una candelicas, dos candelicas, tres candelicas, cuatro candelicas, cinco candelicas, seis candelicas, siete candelicas, ocho candelas para mí. Muchas fiestas vou fazer con alegrías y placer. Muchas fiestas vou fazer con alegrías y placer. Oh, una candelicas, dos candelicas, tres candelicas, cuatro candelicas, cinco candelicas, seis candelicas, siete candelicas, ocho candelas para mí. Los pastelicos voy a comer con almendricas y la miel. Los pastelicos voy a comer con almendricas y la miel. Oh, una candelicas, dos candelicas, tres candelicas, cuatro candelicas, cinco candelicas, seis candelicas, siete candelicas, ocho candelas para mí.
This time I'd like to call upon the president of our congregation, Mr. Dan Jones.
Good evening and Shabbat Shalom, everyone. It is my pleasure to welcome you to our service this evening. As always, I want to thank the Men's Club and the Women of Beth Israel for ushering tonight's services. And I want to thank a lot of our participants tonight. I want to thank Tammy and Louie, who lit our candles. I want to thank Sophie and Anna, who sang so beautifully for us. I want to thank Heidi and Andy and Buddy and Sebastian for adding so much wonderful music tonight. And now, just as on Purim we supply groggers for everyone, now we're going to have to supply castanets on Hanukkah if we do ocho candelikas, because I saw everybody getting into it out there. Tomorrow morning, I'd like to invite everyone. We have Torah study is at 9 a.m., followed by our weekly Shabbat minyan service at 10:30 a.m. in the chapel. Now, we get these sort of summary notes from the rabbi's fabulous assistant, Cheryl, and in bold, she put here, note, there are no B'nai Mitzvah families to congratulate, as there are no ceremonies tomorrow. So I'm not forgetting anybody. For once, we actually don't have any B'nai Mitzvah services. So, rabbis, enjoy the day. So, Rabbi Navarez mentioned about this time of year and it being so dark outside, right? Wednesday, the 21st, this Wednesday, was the winter solstice, so it was the shortest night of the year. So with the magical ability of the Jewish calendar to shift around on the Roman calendar, right now we have Hanukkah falling over the shortest nights of the year, which is kind of magical because not only are we adding light as we always do on Hanukkah, but this year, we get to add it over the darkest nights of the year. And I think any time that we can add more light into the world, we definitely want to take advantage of that moment. I just want to answer the question that I know is all on your mind. Yes, this is a Hanukkah tie, and yes, my mother did give it to me. I'd like to wish all of you a happy Hanukkah. I'd like to wish all of our interfaith families and our Christian staff members a very Merry Christmas. I'd like to wish all of you a happy secular New Year if I don't see you before then. And of course, Shabbat Shalom.
As a brief reminder, also as Dan mentioned, we have many staff who are not of the Jewish faith. And we have felt for the past couple of years that it would be an opportunity to really honor those who give so much. So this coming week, between Christmas and New Year's, our congregation will be at limited capacity and only certain hours open during the day so we can give our staff some much needed respite and time. Torah study, as Dan mentioned, minyan, Shabbat services, life cycle emergencies, they're still going. So don't feel shy to reach out to your rabbis if you need us, and know that we're just giving our staff the time that they so rightly deserve as a celebration of all they do for us.
So in addition to Shabbat and Shabbat Chanukah, tonight is also Rosh Chodesh. And this particular Rosh Chodesh is also known as Rosh Chodesh Lebanot, or Chag HaBanot, holiday for girls. And thank you, Rabbi Stein, I almost forgot it myself. While we always think about Rosh Chodesh as a holiday for women, a gift to the Jewish women for not participating in the building of the golden calf, this particular Rosh Chodesh is a holiday celebrated by many of the Middle Eastern Jewish communities during Chanukah. The Tunisian Jewish community from the island of Jerba, where the ancient priests of the temple were exiled, preserved as many of the ancient traditions as possible, and this is one of them. This holiday was also celebrated in the Oriental Jewish communities of Libya, Algeria, Morocco, and in Saloniki, Greece. The holiday is linked to events throughout Jewish history, such as the Book of Esther, when Esther was crowned queen, and included many practices of the Purim holiday. And it's also linked to many stories of Jewish heroines throughout the Bible and the Talmud. And while this is not necessarily our tradition, we recognize the power of our biblical ancestors, Hannah, Deborah, Judith, and the Talmudic Bruria, the wife of Rabbi Meir. We recognize our young women and their potential in our community and encourage them to study and to keep the strength and depth of their ancestors. Perhaps in the future, we will adapt more traditions of this holiday. But today, we bring to you our Rosh Chodesh prayer for the new moon, page 261.
May it be your will, God, my God, and God of my ancestors, that the coming month bring us peace, full life and blessing. May the promise of your new moon fill us with well-being, guide us as we grow, making us complete. May it be your will, God, my God, that the coming month bring us peace, full life and blessing. May the promise of your name fill us with well-being. Guide us as we grow, making us complete. מי שעשה ניסים לאבותינו, מי שעשה ניסים לאמותינו, מי שעשה ניסים לאבותינו, מי שעשה ניסים לאמותינו.
Rosh Chodesh Tevet Hu Hayom. The new month of Tevet begins today. We begin to conclude our service with Aleinu, page 282. Please rise if you're able.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי ארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהן, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומורדים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, היום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו
Please be seated. There are stars up above, so far away, we only see their light long, long after the star itself is gone. And so it is with the people that we loved. Their memories keep shining ever brightly, though their time with us is done. But the stars that light up the darkest nights, these are the lights that guide us. And as we live our days, these are the ways that we remember. When you hear the name of your loved ones, we invite you to rise so that we may comfort you as community. And please, you can write your loved ones' names in the chat just as a reminder of who you are and who they were to you. I'm sad to announce the recent death of Dorothy Homer, mother of Kathy Goldberg, our ECE, our early childhood director, and her 9 siblings. She was an active grandmother and great-grandmother as well. And we are in the period of Shloshim, the 30 days after the burial, for Saul Rosenberg, Chaim Cohen, Jay Levitt, Lucy Martinez, Jerry Lyons, Joyce Louise Conger-Layton, and Edith Levy. We remember those who died at this time in years past. Harold L. Adler, H.J. Allen, Dorothy Asher, Beth Boehm, Richard Barrett, Bradley Bendett, Brad Bennett, Ruth Bloom, Lori Bolliton, Shana Borovitz, Percy Braun, Isidore Chapman, Terry Thelma Charnow, Richard Christie Sr., Irving M. Cohen, Julia Coyne, Leonard Cole, Danny Dannenberg, Ruby Davis, Lydia DeCapua, Richard Evans, Marty Exper, Marie Falk, Florence Field, Nina Fox, Greta Gans, Dorothea Garfield, Alan Geist, Kira German, Ruth Glenn, Genevieve Goldsband, Morris Gordon, Henry Greenberg, Shimon Grossman, Sophie Himmel, Ann Hosenpud, Anita Emmerich Hyman, James Eisening, Oscar Kaplan, Charles Kellogg, Marcy Kino, Thomas Kessler, Nathan Kirstein, Jerome Klein, Max Koppel, Esther Kuttner, David Levin, Sarah Levine, David Levinson, Gail Littman, Henry Morris Lotsoff, Bessie Lowy, Gertrude Lubin, Saul Mannheim, Harold Marams, Kenneth G. Miller, Robert Miller, Augusta Newmark, Joanne Pekarsky, William Podoloff, Lena Hollander Pollock, Fred Poncia, Martin Press, Saul Price, Aaron Price, Daniel Reichel, Abraham Ratner, Ira Ratner, Ann Reskin, Rebecca Ricklin, Barry Reesner, Sylvia Robin, Robert Rockstein, Naomi Roth, Irene Stern Ruttenberg, Philip Schreiber, Carol Seidenworm, Pat Seinfeld, Constanta Sguanta, Joseph Shear, Elias Silverstein, Sidney Simon, Rosalind Smith, Rosalie Sonnenbaum, Edna Spachman, Henry J. Stanford, Eugene L. Stepp, Rudy E. Stern, Millie Stern, Louis Stitzel, Sadie Stolmaker, Harry Sugarman, Emmanuel Lionel Terberg, Olga Varga, Clara Victor, David J. Wax, Morris Wax, Sadie Wax, Florence Weinstein, Ann Weissman, Roberta Wells, Adeline Wishneck, Sophie Wallachau, Rachel Yoshbe, Kenneth Zeitz, Ellie Glazer Ziegler, and Joseph Zweig. Perhaps you've come to say Kaddish and I've not called a name. As I come around the congregation, please share with us. We rise as a community. Turn to page 294 for Kaddish Yatom. Join together. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, bi'alma divrach hirtei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayichon u'vyomeichon, u'v'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'vizman kariv v'imru, amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach le'alam u'lolmei almaya, Yitparach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei tekudsha brichu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbachata v'nechemata, da'amiran bi'alma v'imru, amen. Yehei shlama Rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu yaseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Zichronam livracha, may their memories always be for blessing. Please feel free to put your sidurim down, your books down, put your arms around somebody that you're next to, that you're comfortable with and you know and love. And we join together in Oseh Shalom.
Oseh Shalom Limromah, Hu Yaseh Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Ve'al Kol Yoshvei Tevel, Ve'imru. Amen. Oseh Shalom Limromah, Hu Yaseh Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Ve'al Kol Yoshvei Tevel, Ve'imru. Shalom b'mromah, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'imru.
Shabbat Shalom to everyone. Chag Sameach, Hanukkah Sameach. Say Shabbat Shalom to someone around you, in front of you, behind you. Near you as we join together for the Motzi. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom.